Introduction to Academia Sinica. As the most eminent academic research institution in Taiwan, the Republic of China, Academia Sinica is charged with the missions of enhancing research capabilities in the sciences and humanities, cultivating top-notch academic talent, and advancing domestic and international academic cooperation. It is dedicated to promoting academic excellence. Founded in 1928, it has been based in Taipei since 1954. The former 7 presidents of Academia Sinica were Cai Yuanpei, Zhu Jiahua, Hu Shi, Wang Shijie, Chen Shiliang, Wu Dayou, and Li Yuanzi. The current 8th president of Academia Sinica is academician Wang Qihui, elected in 2006 and re-elected in 2011. Recipient of the 2014 Wolf Prize in Chemistry, he is assisted by 3 vice presidents. At the biennial convocation of academicians, outstanding scholars are elected as new academicians, called upon to help chart the course of academic research in Taiwan. 8 current academicians are Nobel laureates. Meanwhile, foreign scholars and specialists who have made major contributions to their fields of study are elected as honorary academicians. In addition to helping promote domestic and international academic cooperation, they are called upon to provide Academia Sinica with guidance and assistance in research. The Council of Academia Sinica is responsible for setting research agendas and evaluating options for organizational and operational changes. The General Assembly periodically convenes to review policies concerning the rights and interests of all Academia Sinica personnel. The Central Office of Administration and the Central Academic Advisory Committee are responsible, respectively, for overseeing Academia Sinica's administrative and academic affairs. Currently, Academia Sinica has a staff of about 9,000, including some 1,000 researchers. It has 24 research institutes and 7 research centers that cover a comprehensive range of academic disciplines. Academia Sinica comprises 3 divisions: Mathematics and Physical Sciences, Life Sciences, and Humanities and Social Sciences. The Division of Mathematics and Physical Sciences consists of 8 research institutes and 3 research centers. Its institutes include those of mathematics, physics, chemistry, earth sciences, information science, statistical science, atomic and molecular sciences, and astronomy and astrophysics. The division's 3 research centers are those for applied sciences, environmental changes, and information technology innovation. The Division of Life Sciences is composed of the institutes of plant and microbial biology, cellular and organismic biology, biological chemistry, molecular biology, and biomedical sciences, in addition to the genomics, biodiversity, and agricultural biotechnology research centers. The Division of Humanities and Social Sciences consists of 11 research institutes and 1 research center. There are the institutes of History and Philology, Ethnology, Modern History, Economics, European and American Studies, Sociology, Chinese Literature and Philosophy, Taiwan History, Linguistics, Institutum Jurisprudentiae, and Political Science. For its part, the Research Center for Humanities and Social Sciences undertakes interdisciplinary studies. Through interdisciplinary collaboration, Academia Sinica scholars have undertaken groundbreaking studies whose worth has been affirmed by the international academic community. For instance, in the realm of mathematics and physical sciences, Academia Sinica researchers have developed a number of nano-organic photonic materials by designing molecular structures and modifying device structures. These include small molecule, blue luminescence OLEDs capable of bipolar charge transfer, pentasene organic field effect transistors, and memory chips coated with metallic nanoparticles, hexasene organic field effect transistors, dye-sensitized solar cells and organic photovoltaic cells, and single-walled metal organic nanotubes. In the field of nanoscience research, Academia Sinica researchers have discovered that pre-concentration of various types of molecules can be greatly enhanced by formulation of virtual molecular dams, utilizing strong electric fields and their associated field gradients at nanoconstrictions. This damming effect is thousands of times faster than other procedures for enriching low-concentration samples of molecules, making possible the creation of a microsensing platform for rapid analysis of medical biomarkers. Meanwhile, synchrotron-based X-irradiation has been applied to the development of high-resolution microscopy and imaging techniques. This makes it possible to non-destructively study rare, precious samples of biologic materials and to conduct 3D analyses of cellular structures. Over the past few years, Academia Sinica teams have further applied this technique to research in physics, chemistry, and the materials and life sciences. Academia Sinica adopted a cross-molecular beam apparatus to study the reaction of fluorine atom plus CHD3 molecule. The study shows that rather counterintuitively, exciting the stretching mode of CHD3 molecule reactants effectively inhibits scission of the excited CH chemical bond to form HF plus CD3 radical. Furthermore, the rate of reaction in the other isotopic product channel, DF plus CHD2 radical, is also slowed down. This breakthrough discovery not only was published in some eminent science journals, but also elicited extensive coverage in other prestigious publications. Taiwan is a key player in the international team constructing and operating the ALMA project, the largest ground-based astronomical observatory ever built. The team includes partners in North America, Europe, and East Asia. The Academia Sinica Institute of Astronomy and Astrophysics has established and operated the East Asia Front-End Integration Center in Taichung and has helped Taiwan Industries produce 2 front-end service vehicles and 5 nutating subreflectors. IAA also operates the Taiwan ALMA Regional Center node to promote utilization of ALMA in the science community in Taiwan and provide user support. In the early science operations stage of the program, 22 of the 308 approved observation proposals are those of Taiwan researchers. Turning to the realm of life sciences, cancer and influenza pose major threats to human health. The Genomics Research Center draws on molecular and genetic epidemiological studies as well as exome sequencing technology to investigate causes of cancer and develop treatment strategies. In research on carbohydrate-based anti-cancer vaccines, it has been found that the hexasaccharide global H in cancer cells is attached to a diphtheria toxin mutant protein. Thus induced is the discriminating antibody, IgG. It offers great promise for making therapeutic and prophylactic vaccines effective against a wide range of cancers. Researchers at Academia Sinica have also discovered that immunity to flu and other human viruses can be boosted by designing consensus protein sequence common to the hemagglutinin of flu viruses and using them to produce monosaccharide-based molecular antigens that are effective in penetrating the polysaccharide camouflage on the surface of viruses. Meanwhile, Academia Sinica research on the fire ant has revealed that more than 600 of its genes, or 4% of the total, are locked in a non-recombining supergene. The supergene has 2 variants similar to the human X and Y sex chromosomes. This social chromosome variability results in differences from colony to colony of physiological traits and behavioral interaction characteristics of queen and worker bees. This discovery explains why the same species of insects may exhibit different social behaviors. It is also conducive to finding solutions to control the proliferation of such highly invasive insects. Through proper de novo assembly and annotation processes, transcriptome information can be enriched to facilitate genetic discoveries. Employing a new generation sequencing technique, Academia Sinica has completed a gene expression database of Taiwan's endemic moth orchid, or Phalaenopsis. Since the database has been made available to domestic and overseas researchers, it has elicited more than 40,000 genome annotations. Based on the moth orchid's gene expression sequence, an orchid-specific microarray chip has been developed for gene expression profiling tests in relation to growth and physiology, as well as research on small RNA chains and their target genes. In the field of structural biology, Academia Sinica researchers have succeeded in determining the 3D structures of many important antibiotic target proteins, such as CRTM and transglycosylase in the Staphylococcus bacterium, DBV29 in the actinomycete bacterium, and LON-C in the bacterium Myothermus found in Taiwan hot springs. They've also deciphered reaction mechanisms of several important biological systems, such as ribonuclease T participating in DNA repair, tail-anchored proteins which insert the endoplasmic reticulum membrane, DNA-mimicking proteins regulating gene expressions, Pol X involved in DNA-GG mismatch, and sumo-mediated structural recognition and signal transduction. In the realm of humanities and social sciences, Academia Sinica has conducted archaeological surveys, excavations, and studies at numerous sites in Taiwan. Prehistoric sites include those at Damalin, Shishanheng, Chubing, Huagangshan, the Tainan Science-Based Park, and Baxiandong, as well as on islands in the Penghu archipelago. Such investigations have contributed significantly to the construction of a fuller picture of Taiwan's history and preservation of its cultural heritage. With funding from the Ministry of Culture, Academia Sinica has also undertaken undersea archaeological surveys in the waters off Taiwan and the Dongsha Atoll. This will help form a better understanding of Taiwan's cultural history since it began to figure prominently in maritime trading routes. Among Academia Sinica's important accomplishments in the social sciences is publication of the book Understanding Chinese Families, a comparative study of Taiwan and Southeast China. It is the distillation of a unique panel survey tracking and interviewing the two areas' adult populations over many years. In the light of its findings, this landmark study critiques the applicability of concepts of family found in current Western sociological theory over a broad range of topics, including marriage arrangement, concepts concerning birth and rearing of male and female children, sexual orientations, sex-related roles, social mobility from generation to generation, and intergenerational support. The wide range of observations of similarities and differences between Chinese families in Taiwan and southeastern China, as well as insights into how they diverge from Western familial patterns. Academia Sinica is the repository of a vast storehouse of materials focusing on Sino-American relations, that is, relations between the United States and the shifting historical, geopolitical embodiments of China and Taiwan. It periodically publishes books on this general topic, addressing diplomatic, military, economic, and cultural relations between the United States, China, and Taiwan. In addition to their incisive analyses, they are valuable for their provision of key official documents of the various parties. A central mission of academic research lies in its power to help resolve some of the most pressing issues facing humanity. Academia Sinica addresses such issues and provides governmental authorities with policy recommendations. To date, 11 policy recommendations have been published. As one step in helping Taiwan enhance its technological sophistication, Academia Sinica is building the National Biotechnology Research Park, slated to be completed and operational in 2016. The park is expected to serve as the nucleus of a cluster effect for stimulating domestic R&D and integrating growth of biotech enterprises. Academia Sinica strongly encourages and assists its researchers in patenting the fruits of their research and sharing them with enterprises in Taiwan. Consequently, the numbers of patent application approvals and technology licensing have steadily increased. Further, Academia Sinica energetically promotes collaboration between its researchers and those at other institutions across Taiwan and the world. Its goal is to advance excellence in learning for the benefit of all. To cultivate the creative talent of people in Taiwan and those from other countries, and to empower them to open up and drive new fields of scientific research and applications of value to humanity, Academia Sinica has joined forces with universities across Taiwan to establish the Taiwan International Graduate Program, a PhD-level program. The TIGP is designed to encourage and facilitate interdisciplinary research. Academia Sinica also joined domestic universities in launching other PhD programs that focus on innovative and competitive interdisciplinary research. There are currently 7 such programs in place. Academia Sinica will continue to consolidate and expand areas of collaboration with domestic universities to drive mutual benefits and growth. Committed to promoting popular science education, Academia Sinica sponsors a diverse range of events on a regular basis to share its research findings with the public. These include popular science lectures, the Knowledge Feast lecture series, lectures in honor of Academia Sinica's former presidents, artistic and cultural activities, digital archive exhibitions, and open house tours. Recently, Academia Sinica has been working to promote interdisciplinary research projects in the 2 areas of nanoscience and neuroscience and their applications. The fruits of these efforts have received widespread affirmation in the international academic community. In 2012, Academia Sinica set up the Center for Sustainable Science, incorporating into its operations Integrated Research on Disaster Risk International Center of Excellence, established in 2011 with support of the International Council for Science. The center is currently focusing its studies on the following issues: emerging materials for energy applications, food security and safety, aging society and its impact, and the impact of new governance models on democracy and sustainable development. It aims to provide policymakers with forward-looking analyses concerning sustainable development. The Tung Prize Foundation has commissioned Academia Sinica to oversee the processes of nomination and selection of Tung Prize laureates, the first international scholarly award to be launched in Taiwan. The Tung Prize is intended to promote original and influential research in the categories of sustainable development, biopharmaceutical science, sinology, and rule of law, as well as to nurture high-caliber talents in related fields. Besides academic research, Academia Sinica people are committed to public service. Former Academia Sinica President Li Yuanzi, for instance, now serves as president of the International Council for Science, or ICSU. In 2012, he attended the UN Conference on Sustainable Development alongside heads of state, public and private sector leaders, and NGO representatives from around the world. Presented on that occasion were scientific data and recommendations regarding the global environment. To expand international academic exchanges, Academia Sinica hosts a number of lectures: Academia Sinica Lecture, Humanities and Social Sciences Lecture, and Special Lecture. Nobel laureates and other world-eminent scholars are invited to speak on such occasions from time to time. Meanwhile, Academia Sinica has developed an extensive network of partnerships with 342 top research institutions and universities around the world. In response to the challenges of intense worldwide competition in academic research, Academia Sinica aspires to help make Taiwan an international hub of academic research, identifying fields in which it has a competitive edge. It will strive to achieve leading positions in them by focusing on unique interdisciplinary research. For instance, Academia Sinica is giving attention to the development of emergent layered materials with a view to achieving manufacturing and analytical capabilities, enabling us to fully grasp the surface and interface characteristics of such materials, and to develop comprehensive manufacturing technologies. In particular, we anticipate applying such know-how to the development of next-generation electronic materials. Seismologists have found that the Manila Trench, which is close to southern Taiwan, has a high frequency of seismic movements. Lands of the periphery of this crustal plate subduction zone are vulnerable to major earthquakes and tsunamis. In collaboration with Vietnam and the Philippines, Academia Sinica has installed a continuous GPS array for seismology in the region. In the future, this will be upgraded to a broadband array in the South China Sea for seismology. Academia Sinica has long been committed to collaborative, interdisciplinary research in biomedical sciences with a view to identifying the mechanisms linking inflammation to diseases. The goal is to better understand how polysaccharides work and how the message of inflammatory reaction is transmitted in the human body. Academia Sinica integrates knowledge from molecular biology, bioinformatics, and genomics to develop molecular markers for the most common cancers in Taiwan, as well as small molecule anti-cancer derivatives and antibody-directed pro-drug activating enzymes. All these are considered keys to development of new approaches to treating cancer. In addition, Academia Sinica plans to invite 200,000 people in Taiwan, as well as 100,000 people with chronic diseases, to participate in a study designed to track changes in their health over the long term. This will contribute to the establishment of a Taiwan Biobank database that can provide critical information for more in-depth medical research in the days ahead and boost research on interrelations between genomes, the environment, and drugs in the context of Taiwan's common diseases. Such benefits of the biobank will help Taiwan stay on a par with the most advanced societies. As neurodegenerative diseases have elicited increasing attention in recent years, Academia Sinica researchers have been using a variety of systematic approaches, ranging from cell biology to functional genomic analysis, to investigate the molecular mechanisms underlying neuronal development, operation, and regeneration. Establishing a novel age-onset motor neuron disease mouse model, researchers hope to unveil the underlying pathology and develop effective treatment protocols. To help strengthen communities of indigenous peoples in Taiwan and render them less vulnerable to health and socially related threats, Academia Sinica has gathered a team of researchers from the fields of anthropology, medicine, public health, and sociology to conduct on-site research in their villages and identify factors that weigh on individual and communal well-being. Studies will also be undertaken with the aim of reducing vulnerability to natural disasters. Further, Academia Sinica has established a number of large databases to facilitate interdisciplinary research on historical demography, Chinese families, religion and local communities, and studies on civil disputes in Taiwan. These are made available to researchers in the fields of history, sociology, economics, geography, and public health. In the days ahead, we at Academia Sinica will continue promoting seminal, cutting-edge research, expanding international cooperation, recruiting and cultivating top-tier talent, and fostering the development of an excellent research environment. We aspire to live up to the shining ideal of a global center of research dedicated to the quest for truth and human well-being, a community whose resident intellectuals can happily live their lives as they pursue their missions, and one which others will hope to join.